Hey guys, this is editing me, just butting into this makeup tutorial to let you see the after look a little beforehand. So if you want to see how I came up with this look, and let me go ahead and warn you, this look's been on for a little bit, and it's gone through a crying session, and it's gone through 2 eating sessions, so hey, pretty good stay up power. Just stay tuned to see how I created this look and see the reason behind me doing this look and the reason why I went through a crying session. Stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a different day. I'm kind of a little nervous, as you should say. Today is my yearly talk with the Le Bonheur Palliative Care team for their yearly boot camp for residents entering the palliative care field. I give this talk every year on a parent's perspective on palliative care. Sorry guys, my voice is going out. On palliative care and how important it is to be considerate of how you give information and how you approach families and patients' care. I've started giving this talk 4 years ago, shortly after my daughter's death, and have continued to give this talk every year since then. It's a way for my daughter to live on and help others in similar situations so that their families don't have to go through the same things that we went through early on in my child's medical journey. So today is the day that we're giving the talk. Now, I say we because my son is going to go with me. He's going to give a perspective on a sibling going through the situation with his sibling, because through most of my daughter's journey I was a single parent, so I had to homeschool my children for them to get an education, and so if my daughter was in the hospital, my son was right there by my side, so we all three were staying in a hospital room together, and so he got to see a lot of what was going on, and he had to deal with a lot of what was going on, so he had to grow up very quickly. So I'm a little nervous about today because I always get nervous and anxious because I want the point to get across and I want my daughter's story to live on. So it's been one of those days where I kind of wake up and I'm in like this just anxious mode. So I'm getting ready to do my makeup. I'm going to do a little bit of cream contouring today, not much, because I kind of have like some dark circles under my eyes. So I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting, and I might do a little bit of nose contour before I get into my makeup. I'm going to do my makeup, and then I'm thinking about doing another mother-son blog about this experience with me and my son, and have both of these videos up on my channel so you guys can kind of see the journey that we go through when it comes to this situation. So anyway, let's get to the makeup and move on from there. So I'm going back into this Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette that I used in a video the other day, and I'm going to go into this darker peach shade for the color correcting. So let me get my mirror out so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just using this flat no-name brush and going in so I can kind of dab this under my eyes on the dark circle side, and then I'm going to pat that out with my finger. These are very pigmented, so it does not take a whole lot to cover okay. So that is done. Now I'm going to do a little bit. I didn't grab another brush. Not all here today, guys. I'm going to take a little bit of this darker contour shade and kind of just brush it down the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to take this medium-sized oval brush and just kind of blend that down. And then I'm going to take and flip this brush over after I wipe it off on my little white makeup towel that I keep in my lap, so that I make sure that none of that is going to go anywhere else. I'm going to flip it over and go into this light cream contour shade and just go down the center of my nose and blend that out with my finger. Okay. Now that I've done that, that's about all the cream contour I have the energy for today, to tell you the truth. I will be right back and we'll get started on foundation. Okay guys, so totally wasn't prepared, didn't have my sponge wet, it's one of those days. So I'm going in with this Tarte Face Tape foundation. I really like this stuff, it makes my skin look so pretty. And I'm just gonna blend that out all over my face. Oh my gosh, there's one pesky hair right here in the middle of my face. I can't seem to grab. There it is. Go away. Even having my hair pulled up, it still wants to get in the middle of my makeup. Just don't understand it. Anyway. But yeah, so today is our big talk day. They usually do it. My daughter's birthday is July 9th, which is actually next week. Which you guys will probably be watching this around her birthday. I'm filming this on July the 2nd. But I'm pre-filming a lot of stuff so that I can make sure that I'm ahead and I don't get behind, so I don't have to rush on editing or anything. But this week they're actually doing it a week ahead of time. We usually do it on or around her birthday, and we use it as like a birthday celebration. And her doctor is over the camp, and she buys like cupcakes or whatever, and we turn it into like a birthday celebration. Once everybody hears her story, we do a whole birthday celebration to Katarina, and this year would have been my daughter's 16th birthday, so it's like a big milestone birthday that we will be celebrating and teaching people her story and moving on from there. So it's a big deal. I'm happy I get to do this kind of stuff. I like being able to share her story and give people an idea of what it is like from the opposite side of that medical box, because I'm glad you learn a lot of things in medical school, but sometimes you forget the personal perspective of it. And so doing this, I can give them a faith and a story that can bring more human aspects to the way they approach medicine, because I think a lot of that is lost. And I can attest to a lot of times when my daughter was sick, a lot of that was lost. And it was a struggle and it was a battle. And it was quite a fight. And I never gave up that fight. And I have the battle scars to prove it. I mean, I went many nights without sleep, and I fought doctors. There was a ban list of doctors and nurses from my daughter's room because I didn't like their approach to her or my family. And, you know, we fought that fight. My sole purpose was to make sure that my daughter was okay and well and comfortable, especially in those last days of her life. And I fought that fight all the way up until the day that she died. And if she was here today, I would still be fighting that fight. So that is what mothers are supposed to do. But moving on from there, I just put on some e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer, and I'm moving on to setting my face with this Kat Von D Lock-It powder foundation that I use as setting powder. So I'm just going to go and set my face real quick. Okay. This foundation, until you set it, has kind of like a dewy kind of feel to it, and that is not my favorite kind of feel because I have oily skin, so it just feels like it's just going to seep right off of my face. I'm going to go in bake with this CoverGirl Clean Professional powder that just decided to dump everywhere for some reason. And I've gotten to where, like, I notice, like, my makeup, like, tends to break down, like, right here in the curve of my nose, right here in my smile lines, right here in the curve of my chin, and right here, because I raise my forehead and look at people like, really? So, I bake those areas to keep my makeup a little bit longer, and it does seem to work. So if you express a lot, or you have, like, you know, like a deeper set chin like mine, or express a lot with your eyes and forehead, you might want to try that. Okay. Die from powder inhalation. It's going to be like the next class action lawsuit. All the beauty gurus are going to be suing major powder, loose powder foundation, powder companies for, you know, powder lung or something. Anyway, so moving on. Today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite looks, which is a black smoky eye. I'm going to be going into the Jeffree Star Alien palette. I'm going to start off with Tighten up here as like the base for my eyes, because that is just an amazing base to lay down on your eyes. It is like super my flesh tone color. And I'm just using this AOA Studios E140 brush, I just brush that all over my lids. And then we're going to get to the actual makeup. So I'm going to go into Tall Gray down here, which is this nice gray shade down here at the bottom. I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. blending brush. And I'm going to take that to my crease. And these shadows are just beautiful. They work so well. They blend out so easily. They're very pigmented. I just really love these shadows. So I laid down some of the shadow, and now I'm just going back and buffing it out. It can really give you, like, these shadows give you that really just kind of airbrush look. Once you start blending them out, they just kind of blend very evenly. Can give you a very airbrushed eyeshadow look. It is just beautiful. Then I'm going to go into Black Hole, which is the black shade down here at the bottom. And I'm using this eyeshadow brush from e.l.f. I mean, they're all eyeshadow brushes. Way to label your brushes, e.l.f. And I'm just going to start tapping that right here to this outside corner. And it is very super pigmented. And definitely a true black. So I'm just patting that down, just like that, giving it a little smudge right there at the edge. I'm going to flip this brush over and start working that shadow just a little bit. You don't want that line so harsh. Then I'm going to go back in with this blending brush back into Tall Gray, and then I'm just going to go and work that into Black Hole. And just back and forth. Blendy, blendy, blendy. And see, now I have a nice blended out crease there and outer corner. Now I'm actually going to go into my Misunderstood palette here. I'm going to go into Revenge over here, which is a sparkling black. Very sparkly black. I'm going to tap that right here on the outside corner. We're leaving this to be like a true, like, gray, black eye look. One of my all-time favorites. Then I'm going to go into Huda Beauty Smoky Obsessions, and I'm going to go for this silver glitter shade right here. Very silver. I'm going to take that to the inside corner right here, blend that back into the sparkly Revenge shade. And that's the look we're going for. Now I'm going to take this smaller, this says it's an eye crease brush, but that is way too small for a crease. I'm going to go into No Spots in the Misunderstood palette, which is the pure white shade. And I'm just going to take that and buff it around the brow bone right here. Just like that. We're just cleaning up edges here, laying down a nice white base. Now I'm going to take this AOA Studios E11 brush. I'm going to dip in straight down into Black Hole. I'm going to go to this outside corner right here of my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take this Luxie, I'm knocking stuff over, take this Luxie 221, it's a flat definer brush. I'm going to go into Tall Gray and go right here to the middle part of my lower lash line. Take it almost all the way in to the inside corner. But we're leaving the inside corner open for right now. And you're dragging that back into the black so that it can all buff out together. Okay. Now with that done, I'm going to do my other eye off camera and come back for more makeup. Be right back, guys. Okay, guys, one last thing we've got to do. Oh, okay, talk now. Forgot to do my blurring step on this eye. So a couple last things we've got to do. Oh, I'm going to get together one of these days, guys, I promise. Okay, so I need to go in and do an inner corner highlight, so I'm going to use this AOA Studios E124 brush. Got a very, very small tip. I'm going to go into Pluto in the Alien palette. It's a beautiful inner corner highlight. Catches the light just right, so we're going to go in and do an inner corner highlight real quick, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the face. Leave our eyes alone for a minute. On that lower lash line, we're just covering up that last part that we left blank from the rest of the colors. You know, our black and gray. Super colorful. And we're just putting in this super white-based inner corner highlight. So that is what we got going on there. So now let's close these up and get them out of our way. Let's move on eyeshadow brushes. I'm still knocking shit over. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. So I'm gonna go into the Tarte's Pro Glow palette. I'm gonna be going for this shade right down here. And I'm gonna go in with this kind of larger oval brush that I've been using. It's really great for laying down contour. And we're just gonna put down some contour right in that area right there. Just like so. We're going to go in with some e.l.f. primer infused bronzer. This is in Forever Sunkissed. I don't know why this damn thing's so hard to get open. I'm going to go in with an AOA Studios F11 Big Fluffy Fan Brush. And we're just going to bronze up the face just a tinch. Then we're going to kind of color correct this bronzer and move on with our lives. Okay. Now then, we're done with that. If I can get my fan brush to go back in. Okay, so we're going to take our big fluffy powder brush again, and we're going to go into our Reserve Your Cabana, and we're just going to buff down our contour just enough so that it looks more natural. We don't want it just blinding people. Okay. Alright, that looks a lot better. Now then, time for blush. So I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild blush brush. I'm going to go into this more pinky blush up here. And I'm just going to kind of tap it off, and put it on just a pinch. Okay. Now for highlighter today, I'm going to go into the Wet n Wild highlighter that we're trying to pan. That is the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow. I've had to break it up and put it in this container so that we can actually get to it. So we're going in with a Luxie 522 tapered highlighting brush. And it goes on so much easier now. We're not trying to go for like my everyday blinding highlight, but we are trying to go for a, hey, there's highlighter there. Go down here on the tip of the nose. Frost up that Cupid's bow a little bit. A little bit right here on the forehead. Just a nice little glow. We might do a little bit right here on the chin. Just a little bit. Alright. That's enough for right now. I'm going to go in with some Wet n Wild Rose Primer Water. Just to get all this powder to set on my face right. Whew. Now then, I'm going to take this ColourPop Cream Gel Eyeliner, and I'm going to line my lower lash line real quick before we do brows and stuff. That way I can try to give my eyes a chance to stop watering before I go on to anything else. So, is it going to come out? I love black eyeliners. They're like my favorite. They don't make my eyes look smaller. They just make the green in my eyes pop out brighter. So I love black eyeliners. I love them. Okay. Now that I have that on, we're going to give our eyes a second to adjust to that. I'm going to go in with this $1 Billion Brows Universal Brow and get us. Is that cracked? Oh, okay. And get us some color going on in our eyebrows. Just lightly brushing this through because it is way, way, way too dark. But it's supposed to be universal. Just saying. Okay. And we're going to just brush. Okay. Now that we have that through, let's just even out this color with the spoolie. Alright. Done with brows. Now let's go on to some mascara. We're going to use the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Lash Paradise, of course in black. I'm not going to do black lipstick. I'm just going to ruin that for you. I mean, everything seems to be going black, but we're not. We're going to go dark, though. Anyway, just wipe off some of this excess product. Alright. And just getting as much volume as I can from this mascara. They say it's a dupe for the Better Than Sex, but the Better Than Sex I could do like one coat and get what I have to get out of 2 coats of this, so but I'm not spending that much for a Too Faced product. It's just not going to happen. Okay, I got a like clumpy eyelash on this side, and it's gonna drive me absolutely insane. Okay, all's better with the world now. Moving on to lipstick. Today I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Unicorn Blood. So the nice dark red lipstick. Love this stuff. One of my absolute favorites of his line is this shade. The other one is the nude shade Baby Daddy. Also, perfect nude shade. Love that one as well. So, okay, obviously, perfect look for me. Obviously, this look's not going to be everybody's favorite, but this is one of my favorites because I'm always going to be that goth chick at heart. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to go get ready for my talk. I'm probably going to do a mother-son blog with my son talking about us getting ready for the talk, us going to the talk, what we feel like when we get there, things like that, which I will post on my page as well. And my son has like a cute little YouTube page where he's like riding his four-wheeler and, you know, talking about his boat with his grandfather and his dog out at my parents' place and stuff like that. And I'll probably link his page as well on the mother-son blog. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the makeup portion of today. I will see you guys on the next part. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Ring that bell so that you can get more quality content like this nice goth look. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of today's video. Also, you can find my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, email, all linked down in the description box down below. If you have any questions that you don't want to ask publicly but you want to ask privately, you could do so on any of those platforms. You can DM me, you can email me. I will answer you guys. I don't have a problem with it. If you want more questions about the talk that I give or about my daughter's illness or the things that we went through while she was sick, feel free. I don't have a problem talking about it. It is very cathartic for me to get it out. And also, I hope it helps somebody going through a similar situation to know what's out there, what you can do, or just hear somebody else's story and know that you're not alone. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.